Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we Call of Duty Black Ops 3 playing a bit of Kill Confirmed here on the map Fringe, running around here with the Kuda submachine gun, and that is actually going to be the focus of today's video. One of the best classes that you can possibly run here in Black Ops 3 while using the Kuda submachine gun. The Kuda is one of my favorite guns in this game. It is actually right up there towards the top of my combat record. I use it all the time, and I've actually swapped out this class many times. Sometimes I want to run a stealth-based class like we're going to be seeing here in this video. Sometimes I want to run like a super objective-based class, or sometimes I want to do kind of like mix between the two. I run the Kuda a lot. It's one of my favorite guns in this game. But for this video, I'm showing you guys gameplay of a stealth-based class using the Kuda because it's ridiculously powerful, especially in game modes when there isn't an immediate objective. Now, what I'm talking about here would be free-for-all, kill confirm, team deathmatch, game modes like that, but it could also be ran in ground war or domination, things like that. But we're going to be covering that here later on in the video. First of all, let's start talking about the weapon itself. How are we going to dress up our Kuda here? So personally, I like to run the silencer, extended mag, along with quick draw. I know some people may be wondering, why would you run quick draw on a submachine gun? Because submachine guns, by their very nature, aim down sights a lot faster than a lot of the other weapon tiers in the game. But if you just try quick draw on a weapon like the Kuda, I think you'll realize what I'm talking about. It's very nice. A lot of pro players actually run quick draw on their submachine guns because it actually gives you just a slight little advantage that you're going to notice the more and more you continue to use it. I'm not even recommending grip here on the Kuda. You'll be seeing throughout the gameplay, this weapon doesn't need grip. It's very manageable as compared to a lot of the other weapons in the game. So those are going to be attachments. Once again, silencer, extended mag, along with quick draw. In terms of perks, we're going to be running Ghost as our perk 1, Fast Hands as perk 2, and the combination of Awareness and Dead Silence as perk 3. And of course, to fill out our pick 10 system, we're going to be taking Primary Gunfighter as well as perk 3 Greed and our wild cards to allow us to actually put this class together. What are the pros of this class? Well, the pros are actually pretty apparent in my opinion. You're hidden from UAVs and haters by the fact that you're running Ghost as your first perk. You're very quick on the draw by using Quick Draw and Fast Hands in conjunction with each other, and you also will always know where other players are going to be coming from thanks to Awareness, while also hiding your own footsteps with Dead Silence. Because of this, you're going to be typically getting the jump on your opponent if you're paying attention and listening for their footsteps and paying attention to your radar, and having the jump on your opponent, like I mentioned earlier, with a submachine gun as powerful as the Kuda is a very strong advantage. You guys are watching footage of that here in this video. I'm just always kind of aware of where the opposing team is going to be coming from because I can hear them coming thanks to Awareness, and I'm kind of masking my own footsteps from not only myself but them as well with Dead Silence. But I would like to point out that Dead Silence and Awareness in Black Ops 3 kind of counteract each other a little bit. So if you're using Awareness, you can still hear people that are running around with Dead Silence and vice versa. So if somebody on the other team's using Awareness, they're going to be able to hear you even though you have Dead Silence on, but it's not going to be as powerful as if you didn't have Dead Silence on. So just keep that in mind, although you're not going to be running into that too often because very rarely do people actually run Awareness outside of Search and Destroy, at least in my experience. Now, if we're going to be looking at the pros of this class, of course there's going to be cons to this class, right? Because we can't have every single perk in the game, we can't have every attachment in the game. There's going to be some downsides to this. What are those downsides going to be? The cons of this class are pretty apparent in my opinion. Lethal and tactical grenades are going to hurt you a lot. You don't have Flak Jacket in your perk 1, you don't have Tac Mask in your perk 3, so if you're trying to play an objective game mode where you're going to be trying to be the guy to escort the objective, let's say you're playing Safeguard and you want to escort the robot, this isn't a great class to do that. If you want to be the guy diving on B to take it at the very beginning of a match, it's probably not the best class to do that. It's not good because you're going to get blown up 6 ways from Sunday because you do not have Flak Jacket, you do not have Tac Mask. The whole point of this class is to be on the fringes, the outskirts of the map, if you will, and trying to pick people off one at a time without really ever letting anybody know exactly where you're at. This class also does not feature a secondary, so pro tip, if you can find the gun on the ground, pick it up just so you have some sort of a backup. There's actually an instance in this gameplay where I do not realize I don't have a secondary because I'm so used to having the Marshall 16 as a secondary that I pull out my fists and I end up just dying as a result because I'm basically naked running at this guy with my hands. You know, it sometimes can be bad in that respect. So you do not have a secondary, just keep that in mind, but it's pretty simple. Pick one up off the ground, kill a guy, take his gun. It's really that simple. Just remember to do it, unlike me, who oftentimes forgets to actually pick up a secondary, because while you're using the Kuda with extended mags, you rarely are going to need to swap to your secondary. You'll usually have more than enough ammo in your magazine to take out your opponent, because the Kuda is very powerful, even with a silencer. Some people don't like running silencers because it makes it so the weapon itself is a little bit weaker at a range and make it so it takes like an extra bullet or two to actually kill people depending on the distance. And really, just the Kuda is so powerful, the silencer does not hurt me whatsoever. I know some of my friends talk about how they hate using a silencer on the Kuda and how they feel as though it's too weak, but for me, I don't feel as though it's too weak, especially when you run a class like this, because it gives you an advantage. If you are paying attention, you have Dead Silence and Awareness on, you have Ghost here, you're not showing up on a UAV or a hater if they happen to have one of those up. You always, in theory, should try to have the first shot on your opponent, and if you have that first shot, the silencer is not going to matter because you already have 1 or 2 bullets into them before they even start to react to you shooting at them. That's the whole point of the class. It's a stealth-based class that's going to try to get you the advantage on your opponent without with a very powerful submachine gun in the form of the Kuda. It's a class that I've been running a lot as of late. It's a class that I have a lot of success with, and I enjoy using it, and I figured, hey, I would make a video and share that with you guys here in this video. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. I hope you guys all found it helpful and informative. Let me know in the comment section below, what would you guys do to change this class, or how do you guys personally like to run your stealthy SMG kit? I would love to hear about that. Perhaps you guys are going to swap out awareness and put in something like blast suppressor. That would make sense, honestly, and that would be a valid criticism, I would say. But for me personally, I like the combination of dead silence and awareness. That's why I shared it with you guys here in this video. But of course, I'm always interested to see what you guys think down there in the comments. Now, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.